Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jai Gauradesh. Здесь сначала, вот с вкладочки. So, transcendental deity. Okay. So, does everyone understand English, right? Yeah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It's a transcendental deity by Harishauri Prabhu. Сколько вы обычно читаете? Пару абзацев? 161 страница. А раздел это декабрь 27 1975 год. 27 декабря 1975 года. So it's December 27, 1975. Continuing. Despite our remote location, somehow in the mail it still reaching us. The first daily from the annual Christmas book distribution marathon in the West came today via telegram from Rameshwara in Los Angeles. Srila Prabhupada was ecstatic. The distribution is increasing and his response undoubtedly stoked in the fire of the devotees' enthusiasm. Please accept my blessing. I am in due receipt of your telegram as follows. Quote, Christmas week book distribution in Los Angeles, despite closed airport, better than ever by your grace. 112,000 BTGs, 8,000 Gitas sold. Stop on invitation of Governor Brown of California. 50 devotees visited state mental institutions to help improve conditions and morale by giving religious message publicly. Very good. Hare Krishna. It's like a style of telegrams, you know, like it's not words are not so much connected to, you know, but it's just the message. Thank you very much. This is very good. Fight and depend on Krishna. That will bring your victory. We'll continue a little more. The immense book distribution of transcendental literature in the West is a sharp contrast to its lack in India. Although India has one of the largest population in the world, with people naturally receptive to the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, so little of it being realized because of a lack of book in the local languages. So Srila Prabhupada reminds every in Vrindavana, a Goswami and his sons of currently working on translation of his books, anxious to see how it's progressing. Srila Prabhupada wrote Bhagavatam for the second time within the last few weeks, asking for him to send samples to him. He also requested Bhagaji to help expedite the opening of the branch in the Punjab National Bank or temple compound in Vrindavana. Negotiations are nearly complete and Srila Prabhupada wants it open as soon as possible. Okay. Srila Prabhupada, Lila Amrita, Dairy Ki Jai. So, the next is Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, chapter 2, Ajamila, delivered by the Vishnu Dutas. And the texts are 9 and 10, right? 9 and 10. Okay. So we can repeat also together? Yeah. Sneha Surapo Mitra Dhruk. Sneha Surapo Mitra Dhruk. Brahmaha Guru Talpagaham. Shri Raja Pitrir Gohanta Ye Chapa Takino Patre Sarvesham Api Agvantam Idam Eva Sanishkritam Nama Vyaharanam Vishnor Yatastad Vishayamatihi. Please. Stena Sura Pomitra Druk Ramala Guru Kalpanak Vaishnavi? Anyone? Srapa Mitradru. Rama Guru Tapata Raja Pitri Goanta Chapata Kinopare Vishnu Yatastad Vishayamati Surapa Mitra Druk Thank you very much. So, I'm going straight to the translation of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The chanting of the holy name of the Lord Vishnu is the best process of atonement for a thief of a gold or other valuables, for a drunkard, for one who betrays a friend or relative, for one who kills a brahmana, or for one who indulges in sex with the wife of his guru or another superior. It is also the best method of atonement for one who murders woman, the king or his father, for one who slaughters cow, and for all other sinful men. Simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Vishnu, such sinful persons may attract the attention of the Supreme Lord, who therefore considers, quote, "Because this man has chanted my holy name, my duty is to give him protection." The next shloka. That's another meter. Nanishkritair uditair brahmavadibhis tatha visuddhat agham vratadibhih yadha harer namapadair udahritais taduttama shloka gunno palam bhakam. It's also a very beautiful verse. We're going to read the translation and the purport of Srila Prabhupada. By the following of the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies or undergoing atonement, sinful men do not become as purified as by chanting once the holy name of Lord Hari. Although ritualistic atonement may free one from sinful actions, it does not awaken devotional service, unlike the chanting of the Lord's name, which reminds one of the Lord's fame, qualities, attributes, pastimes, and paraphernalia. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura comments that this chanting of the holy name of the Lord has special significance that distinguishes it from the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies of atonement for more severe and the severe sinful actions. There are 20 types of religious scriptures called Dharma Shastras, beginning with the Mano Samhita and Parashara Samhita, but herein it is stated that although one may become free from the reactions of the most sinful activities by the following of religious principles of those scriptures, this cannot promote a sinful man to the stage of loving service to the Lord. On the other hand, chanting the holy name of the Lord even once not only frees one immediately from the reactions of the greatest sins, but also rises one to the platform of rendering love and service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is described as Uttama Shloka, because he is famous for his glorious activities. Thus one serves the Lord by remembering his form, his attributes, his pastimes. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura explains that this is all possible simply by chanting the Lord's holy names because of the Lord's omnipotence. What cannot be achieved through the performance of Vedic rituals can be easily achieved through the chanting of the Lord's holy names. To chant the holy name and dance in ecstasy is so easy and so sublime that one can achieve all the benefits of the spiritual life by following this process. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declares, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Quote, all glories to Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. The Sankirtana movement we have started offers the best process for becoming purified of all sinful reactions and coming immediately to the platform of spiritual life. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschitya Deshutarine Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jina Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpaturubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. That's the story of Ajamila delivered, it's wonderful that the glories of the holy name is described in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now we are reading the middle part. The sixth canto is the middle in between of 12 cantos. And also at the end of Srimad Bhagavatam, Nama Sankirtanam, it's also being glorified. In this story about Brahmana Jamila, there is so many different wonderful lessons and points, and all the shlokas, all the verses here in these chapters are talking about the glories of the holy name. So I was preparing more for the verse number 8, and I was supposed to speak about connections in the 7 offense of the holy name, which was being mentioned by Srila Prabhupada in the purport for the previous verse. And here in today's verses 9, 10, and 11. So it's going a little bit further, and what we can see here, and let's just go through the translations again, because these verses are little bit packed with information, because it's very important topic. So I believe that the Bhagavatam gives us a lot of useful and valuable information for our spiritual practice. Actually, the process of chanting the holy name, as it is being described in the sutras, in the Lord Chaitanya's Shikshashtaka. Srila Prabhupada quotes here in the purport, Chetodar Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. That's the first verse of the 8th principle, most important, treasure of Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees. Like this is the basement and the core ideas which have been developed by 6 Goswami of Vrindavana to all the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, all the philosophy that came to us. So what does basically those 8 verses about? Yeah, it's about the holy name, right? One thing. What else? What are general line which connects? In every verse there are a lot of different specific subject is being described. In the second verse there's like the potency of the holy name and the lack of my taste for the holy name. The third verse is the qualities of the Vaishnavas, and we go higher and higher up to the 8th verse, where is this Ashlisha Vapadaratam Pinashtumam Adarshanam Marmahatam Karotumam, that whenever it's happening to me, I am still the unconditioned, I am surrendered soul to Krishna, to my beloved Lord. That's the highest emotions which been expressed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But what does connect? What idea does connect? Any of you can guess or tell what is all about these verses? Да. Что общего в этих стихах?
Purification and
Developing? Faith? Yeah. the process of developing or bhakti or faith. Yeah, that's actually the true. Yeah, that's, yeah. So if we would say briefly, Shikshashtaka is all about relationship of devotee towards Krishna, right? So it's the process when we're building up our, inner devotion or mood or faith, as you said, and by the way, to achieve that we are going to be purified, chetadarpana marjanam, right? Developing taste, developing qualities, developing, nadanam najanam, getting rid of anarthas, right? And then we are going to, to slowly come up to the higher stages, like rucha, sakti, and bhava, and prema. And so those are like descriptions of the eternal relationship between soul and Krishna. And so what is the meaning of the holy name in that verses, right? I'll just try to understand that, because if you are going through all different stages from Shraddha to Prema, right? 9 stages of Bhakti. So, when you go from the entrance in the temple, you need to go up, right, to see Vijay Gauranga Dayal, right? You need to go some steps on the stairs. And, the holy name is a kind of, is a person, right? Is the personality which takes you, is so merciful. It takes you from very low to highest stage, right? So we can say that, Shikshashtakam speaks about our relationship with Krishna, eternal relationship, and the holy name is the process which help us. Actually, it's not the process which will help us, but it's the only process we can rely on to get to the spiritual world, to the spiritual relationship. So because I didn't read these verses, then I prepared. So I just wanted to read it again, because I feel that it's a lot of information are here. So maybe we will get more of those points again. Is it okay? Yeah, we can. Yeah. So I just read the translation of the 9 to 11. The chanting of the holy name of the Lord Vishnu is the best process of atonement for a thief of gold or other valuables, for a drunkard, and now it's been, described different ways of the sinful actions. The thief, is not a good thing, but it's compared to other things in the list, it's not so bad. When I stayed in different temples once, the longest one I stayed in South Russia, and I had a lot of things stolen during my brahmachari life. I don't know if it happens here or not. I heard someone stole the donation box here, right? Is it true? It's ugra karma. Yeah, it's I don't really think what will happen with that person. I heard another mind-blowing story from Russia that sometime in the Krasnodar temple, some stupid guys, they stole the deity of Lord Nrsimha Dev. It's Yoga Nrsimha. Maybe somebody of you saw that. Yoga Nrsimha Dev, he sits in a Padmasana like this. And those guys, like, you know, they thought maybe it's gold or something. So it's written, it's a verse about the thief who steals the gold. So they stupidly, you know, like thought that it has some value, you know, like they can sell it. You know, I don't know, Germany is another culture, but all over the countries, post-Soviet countries, they all doing the one, you know, they all collecting metal. But whenever metal they get aluminum, just iron and copper, and if you get you know, this brass metal, or what do you call that, which is caratal made, like, or DIT is also made of this very precious metal, right? So they go to some special places, like, and they sell it for kg, you know, like they get some money from every kilogram is like, you know, something, maybe €1, €2, something. So they're doing that stuff, you know, like, so those guys stole Lord Nrsinga Dev. It's very quite heavy, and Pujari couldn't believe that, you know. They was, you know, this was a big thing in ISKCON. They called everywhere, like trying to find that. So that was in South, and then gradually in just some time they found it on the flea market in St. Petersburg. You can imagine. So they just, devotees, you know, they in Petersburg, they like big yatra, you know. Did you heard this story? No? Yeah. So maybe add some details, but if I forgot something. Yeah, so they took it back, you know, and bring it back to the temple. Was there any funny details? No? I forgot. Yeah, so that was, you know, like some devotees spoke that just Lord Nrsimha wanted to travel a bit, you know. He wanted, you know, little, you know, trip. So he just went outside for... But I don't know what kind of sukriti or otherwise is, you know, bad karma got those thieves who did that thing, you know, like. So that's you know, like we say, is not so heavy, you know. But in the list is like to kill someone, or to have sex with the wife of guru. For the ISKCON devotees, it sounds weird because we used that, you know, guru is a sannyasi, so he doesn't have a wife. But, you know, actually, more and more we have senior devotees getting this responsible service of giving initiations, even grihastas. So that's actually the culture in the Vedic society that, you know, Brahmana, he gives shiksha and diksha to, you know, junior devotees, that normal thing, and he has like guru patni, you know, and guru. So that's, I think that's the most abominable sin you can do, you know, is the disrespect, you know, to all society on the Vedic culture. And to kill a cow, you know, to slaughter a cow is another, you know, worst. I know there is in Vrindavan nowadays there is certain guys, so certain people who are chasing those people who are killing cows. It's called Goraksha. Yeah, so they basically they are like kshatriyas, and they deal very heavy with the, you know, any person who do any harm to a cow, especially in the you know, in the area of Vrindavan, Brajamandala, or, you know, Rajasthan, those in Gujarat also. Those areas in India are particularly very religious, and they honor cows, they like honor Vedic culture, you know, everything. So sometime even police couldn't deal, because it's very extreme things. Because the cows in India are just walking by the street. If anyone been to India, so it's like there are some sinful people who just coming with the truck and they opening in the middle of the night. They pull the cow in the truck and then they kill the cow, for the meat. So and within just a few hours there is no cow anymore. So, like they just having meat production. So that is the thing which has been very sinful, especially in the holy Dham and holy place. There is even one Ukrainian devotee who joined some years before to that party of Goraksh, and he was doing that stuff also. That's another story. So all these kind of scenes are being listed here, and we are all experienced that. We all experience that in our life, and we see some examples. Because for an honest person, it's not so easy to make a sin from some kind of something inside tells you that just stop, don't go there, like be careful. But when is everyone around is doing that, you start to, that's okay, that's normal things, and now it's the culture of tolerance. Everything has been tolerated, you enjoy as you like, it's been tolerated. So, and the conclusion of this verse: simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Vishnu, such sinful persons may attract the attention of Lord Vishnu. So when we call in Lord, we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Those names, Hare and Krishna, are in the звательном падеже, как сказать? Sorry, vocative. Yeah, so we are calling. Hare means O Hara, or energy of Krishna, or Krishna, like we are calling. So if you just say in Sanskrit, we say the name Krishna will be Krishnaha. So when we say Krishna, means we call. Hey Krishna, yeah. So and when Krishna hear that, somehow or other, he thinks, because this man has chanted my name, my duty is to give him protection. Yeah, that's a very important quality of Krishna, is called Bhaktavatsala. Yeah. And the process, this relationship between surrendered soul and Krishna is described by our acharyas in the process of Sharanagati. How Krishna reciprocates with devotees, and he protects. He protects as Lord Nrsimha Dev. We said Bahir Nrsimha Hridayan Nrsimha Nrsimha Madim Sharanam Prapadyat. We surrender to Lord Nrsimha, and he protects us from external dangers and from eternal anarthas. Right? He is the first surgeon. He makes like little cuts and takes away all that is deviate us from the process of developing love for God. Yeah, and that's the first verse. So that's very beautiful description here. And the second one, the 11, verse number 11, it says just go with the same topic. Now it tells about difference between the regular atonement, which is called prayashita. So like in the Vedic scriptures there is the different processes, different ways for purification after you've been committed some sinful actions. Yeah, because the sages like Vyasadeva, they already know that in the Kali Yuga everyone is going to commit sinful actions. That story in first canto of Bhagavatam, when that dark Shudra, dressed as the king, he was dark because he was committing a lot of sinful actions. And he was representing different sins. Kali, yeah, he's the Kali. Kali means the black, right? He could confirm that. Sometimes it's the black color represents enjoyment, and in the material world, it's been considered not good thing. Like we say that it's bad thing to enjoy. You shouldn't do that. But actually, Krishna is also black. Why? Why is that? Because Krishna enjoys the most. And if we are join Krishna in his pastimes, if we serve Krishna, then we can get actually, the real enjoyment. Yeah, and so to be able to do that, to serve Krishna, we need to get rid of the sinful actions. That means what is Bhagavad Krishna says. What is that shloka? Tyaktva. So basically Krishna tells to Arjuna that when the person gets rid of the sinful activities and he surrenders unto me, then he becomes very, very dear to Krishna. I forgot the Sanskrit. So, but here is a nice. We can just continue with the next. Because there is the offense against the holy name, number 8, right? So yesterday topics was the commit sinful actions on the strength of the holy name, and the number 7, nama balad yasya hi papa buddhi. That's the number 7, and the next one is to consider. The process of the chanting as the pious actions, like something good that we can do instead of doing something sinful actions. Yeah. So actually to put side by side the holy process of the holy name and some kind of mantra, tantra, puja, pudra, yantra, and everything else, what would be it's an offense because the holy name is not just a process of recreation of the pious actions. It's a form of connection with the Lord. It's a form how we can actually be to express our love and affection towards Krishna. Yeah. So that's the idea of this verse. And Uttama Shloka, it's Krishna is being mentioned that Krishna is Uttama Shloka. So what that means? Krishna been glorified as for his qualities, pastimes. Soon, I think tomorrow we will start the Kartik, right? To the first day after tomorrow, or tomorrow. But already today we can start to meditate. We can think that Uttama Shloka means whenever Krishna does, like any Vrindavan pastimes, any pastimes in Mathura or Dwaraka, it's so beautiful, and it's any kind of poetry is not enough to describe the beauty of that pastimes. It's like someone says, I'm sorry. someone says that like when you want to express some feelings toward a person, when you have a love, you start to compose a poetry, right? Is it normal? Yeah, like you're going to express some. Yeah, and there's the shlokas. You know, all the Bhagavatam is the shlokas which glorifies the Lord. And if this feeling are going up, is becoming more intense, then you're not only composing a poetry, but you start to compose music and the rhythm, and you start to chant, you know, start to sing, right? And that called kirtan, or bhajans, right? So, like Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they took the essence of these verses in Srimad Bhagavatam, Vedic scriptures, and they composed the poetry, and then they made you know, the beautiful songs about Krishna. Yeah. So the one is very relevant to the pastimes of Damodara Leela. It's called Damodarashtakam by Satyavrata Muni. Yeah. It's composed by Satyavrata Muni, one great Vaishnava. So that's a very beautiful song, describes Lord Krishna and how he's being, you know, tied by his mother Yashoda. Yeah. So many devotees, they just thinking what kind of austerity or what kind of thing should I do extra in the Kartik. You know, so one of the 64 processes of devotional service described by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is to take extra service during the months of Kartik, or you know. So you know, the one option could be to memorize the Damodarashtakam. This one nice. Yeah. We can whenever we sing, we can try to memorize. By the end of Kartik, we could remember not only, you know, the words, but the meaning also. We can remember. That's very, very beautiful. I'm not going to go right now through those verses, but I think you can remember all those from the previous year, right? Especially more senior devotees present here, they remember, you know, what it's all about, and that we are praying to Krishna for only pure bhakti, nothing else. No mukti, no varam, no other benedictions. Yeah, and that's a very, very much corresponds to today's topic, you know, because, you know, when we chant the holy name, it's a call for Krishna, and it's a genuine expression, you know, for glorification the Lord, to glorify the Lord. You know, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. That's the idea of today's verse. And just briefly, I wanted to mention one thing, that whenever one commits sinful actions, this is like all topic of Ajamila story. You know, the Ajamila was doing. So that story is very much related, you know, because now times it's the scenes, you know, it's all over whenever we go, we can see some sinful actions, you know, like, and it's been described that you can serve Krishna in 3 ways. And also you can do sinful actions in 3 ways. Which are those? It's by the mind, the body, and words. Yeah. So you can use your gross body or subtle body to serve Krishna. Like we meditate on Krishna, we remember Krishna, we hear about Krishna, or we do a archana seva, pujari seva, kitchen seva. Whatever we do, it's done by either by our hands, like the body, or by our mind, or by words. But also those three could be the instruments by which we commit sinful actions, right? So everything starts in the mind, and then we can use our speech and our body to enjoy. And in this story of Ajamila, now we are reading about Vishnu Dutas delivered Ajamila. But before that, you all remember that when Yamadutas came to take Ajamila to the hellish planets, there was 3 of them. So those 3 Yamadutas, they represent sinful actions by body, mind, and words. Yeah. So, there's the easy way to counteract if we need to focus our mind on Krishna and use our tongue. Sevan mukhehi jihva dau svayamiva spuratyadaha. So our tongue should be used in 2 ways, for chanting and to taking prasadam. Right? And Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj explains one interesting detail that I would like to mention also, because there is a difference between committing sin and committing aparadhas. So the day we become a Krishna Bhakta or devotees, as we say, we are mostly inclined not to commit a sin, but to commit an aparadha. So Maharaj explained that sins being committed by our body, or subtle body, or like gross body, but the aparadha being committed inside by our heart. Like there's the mentality, offensive mentality. Like 10 offenses is like 10 aparadhas, right, to the holy name. There is offenses to, for example, for pujari, they have some list of offensive actions which you shouldn't do in the temple or in the process of deity worship. So all that is, of course, is like has external ways how you do aparadha. For example, you can criticize Vaishnava, or you can do you can break a cleanliness, or you may do some other offenses. But it's all have a roots in our heart. Yeah. Why is that? Because the heart is not that clean yet. So, the holy name should be chanted more and more, then the heart gets cleaner. And from inside, we are getting better culture, like Vaishnava culture, Vaishnava etiquette. That just yesterday I heard one conversation in Brahmacharya Ashram upstairs. The Prabhus was speaking one to another, and one of them, the Prabhus, said that when you break the Vaishnava etiquette or commit some offenses, that influence your quality of your chanting, right? That was the idea. So that's something to do, something to deal with. And it's very wonderful explanation that our body is a part of material existence which compared to a tree. I just tell this at the end, and we're gonna finish with this. Yeah. So there is 5 branches going upwards, and that is 5 gross material elements. And there is 3 trunks going downwards. It's like 3 modes of material nature. Like it's go down. It's bound us to firmly to the material existence. And that tree, when the season, the proper time is come, it produces 2 kind of seeds. 2 kind. The one is like pious actions, and another is sinful actions. So
The seeds, they produce seeds, and then?
the 2 kinds of seeds. The one is pious actions, another is sinful actions. So it's like that tree, plants a little small one, and it goes forever like that. Like it's become a forest. It's like that. Yeah, and after the seeds, there are 2 kind of fruits: the happiness and the stress. Right? You can relate to the seeds and the fruits. And also it's produced 5 kinds of smells. The smell, different kinds, and this every kind of the smell represents object of the senses. Like different, because different kind of enjoyment is different, way we are like interacting with this, with the 5 material elements. It's getting a bit complicated, but I just to read this, very nice. And at the end there is 3 kinds of bark. Кора. Правильно я сказал? Как? Grandeur, yeah? So it's like it's a kapha, pitta, and vayu, 3 dosha. Like in Ayurveda, we have this, the substance in which our body is made. And at the end, at the last, there is 11 branches, small branches that represent 11 senses, and the 11th one is the mind. And very interestingly, that in Bhagavad Gita we have that very wonderful example of 2 birds sitting on the tree. So when we're speaking about the tree, that is the actual tree of the material existence. So if you are speaking about like a holy name, at some point that one bird should start to chant the holy name, and that means we are starting to forget about the tree, about the forest, but we are facing the another person who is actually all the time with us on the tree. Is there Krishna or super soul? Yeah, that's the explanation. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has a very wonderful song. It's been chanted by some devotees, like I believe Bhada Haridas Prabhu. He chanted that song. It's called Keno Hare Krishna Nam, and it's described that, "Oh bird of my mind, you don't want to chant holy name, so we can sometime be in that mood, like or little mind like a bird is flying everywhere, trying to taste this fruit, that fruit, talking, like in the morning birds, but she doesn't like really to chant the holy name, you know, just. Okay, that's it's getting late, so maybe we will take a few comments, questions, if there are any. Okay. Пожалуйста.
Сказали, что аппаратки, потом нам тяжело воспевать святое имя, могли бы более детально раскрыть этот вопрос?
Yes, so you said about apparatus that when we commit them, that it becomes more difficult to chant the holy name. Could you please elaborate a little bit more about that?
Aparadha means that goes against the service. Apa and radhana. Aradhana means service. Or you can say against the mood of Srimati Radharani, Radha. And sometimes it's given an example that, you know, with the one hand you give something to the person, and with the other hand you beat the person, you know, like smash the person. That's what means aparadha. So it's like if someone is inimical to us, we can see that he just don't like us, you know, and you are keeping distance from that person, right? But when someone is like being very nice, oh, you're very nice, I give you one fruit and I give you a flower, and you come closer to that, you know, like the same way, you understand, like we are trying to offer to something to Krishna, we're, oh, Hare Krishna, you know, Hare Krishna, we are chanting, then we are offering obeisances. And at the same time, you know, Krishna doesn't expect, he expects us to, you know, to be lovely and friendly, and at the same time, once we are doing something bad, you know, that means aparadha. That's the difference between just regular sin and aparadha. So that is, as I told, is like its roots in the heart. So it's a bit subtle thing. And aparadha is one of the anarthas. It's been described by our acharyas. It's one of the obstacles in the path of devotional service. Especially, most important is nama aparadha. So, and amongst the nama aparadhas, most dangerous is Vaishnava aparadha, the first offense of the holy name. You know, to criticize, you know, to offend the Vaishnavas. So we should avoid that at all costs. You know. And how do we do that? We should develop relationship with devotees and serve devotees. Yeah, I think that's the, you know, the very best, you know, medicine for everything. Because if you have a nice relationship with devotees, if you are serving devotees, that devotees will do everything that you will avoid all other aparadhas. For example, nama aparadha, seva aparadha, dhamma aparadha. There is like a list of different aparadhas. But if you don't commit the first one, if you don't criticize Vaishnavas, then almost everything is good. I would say like that, in short. Of course, we can take every aparadha and you know, like looking in the, you know, what in the microscope, what is, you know, like how to avoid that, but the basic idea is that. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Gauradesh Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.